Vitamin B6 is increasingly recognized as a key nutrient in the fight against chronic inflammation, playing a critical role in modulating immune function and regulating biochemical pathways that influence inflammatory processes. Chronic inflammation is now understood to be a root contributor to a wide range of health challenges, including cardiovascular disease, insulin resistance, cognitive decline, and autoimmune conditions. Vitamin B6 supports the body's natural defenses against these processes by acting as a cofactor in enzymatic reactions that regulate amino acid metabolism, neurotransmitter synthesis, and homocysteine breakdown. Elevated homocysteine levels, for instance, are associated with vascular inflammation and oxidative stress, and B6, along with folate and B12, helps convert homocysteine into benign metabolites, thereby reducing systemic inflammatory stress. By supporting these critical pathways, B6 contributes to a balanced immune response and creates a biochemical environment that is less conducive to chronic inflammatory damage. The positive impact of B6 on inflammation extends beyond homocysteine regulation. The vitamin is directly involved in the production of neurotransmitters such as serotonin, dopamine, and gamma-aminobutyric acid, GABA, which influence the body's stress response and modulate the release of cortisol and other hormones that can exacerbate inflammatory activity when chronically elevated. By facilitating balanced neurotransmitter synthesis, B6 indirectly supports immune homeostasis, helping immune cells respond appropriately to threats without overreacting and causing tissue damage. Adequate B6 intake has been associated with lower levels of inflammatory markers such as C-reactive protein, CRP, in several observational studies, suggesting that this nutrient may help dampen low-grade systemic inflammation that contributes to long-term disease risk. This dual action, supporting both biochemical pathways and immune signaling, demonstrates the far-reaching potential of B6 to promote overall health and resilience. For individuals seeking to leverage B6 for inflammatory support, food-based sources offer the safest and most effective strategy. Poultry, fish, bananas, potatoes, legumes, nuts, and fortified cereals provide B6 in physiologically appropriate amounts, ensuring efficient absorption and utilization without the risks associated with megadoses. High-dose supplements, while sometimes used in clinical settings, carry documented risks when taken for prolonged periods, including peripheral neuropathy that manifests as tingling, numbness, or burning sensations in the hands and feet. These neurological effects, though rare, underscore the importance of moderation and highlight the advantage of obtaining B6 from whole foods, where the body receives the vitamin in forms that it can safely process. Even modest daily intake from food can provide meaningful anti-inflammatory benefits, reinforcing the idea that nutrients function best when integrated into a holistic dietary pattern rather than isolated in extreme quantities. The benefits of B6 for inflammation are also amplified by its interaction with other nutrients and metabolic pathways. In combination with B12, folate, magnesium, and antioxidants found in a varied diet, B6 supports efficient energy production, neurotransmitter balance, and vascular integrity, all of which influence inflammatory status. This synergy illustrates that B6 does not act in isolation but as part of a complex network of nutrients that together help regulate the immune system, minimize oxidative stress, and maintain tissue health. For people with chronic inflammatory conditions or those seeking to prevent age-related inflammation, maintaining adequate B6 status can provide a subtle but meaningful advantage, enhancing the body's ability to respond to stress and environmental challenges while preserving long-term health. Another encouraging aspect of B6's role is its preventive potential. Adequate intake over time may reduce the cumulative burden of low-grade inflammation, which often develops silently and contributes to chronic diseases decades later. By ensuring that the body has the coenzymes needed for proper amino acid metabolism, neurotransmitter synthesis, and homocysteine regulation, B6 helps maintain immune and metabolic homeostasis. Individuals who consistently meet their B6 requirements often experience better energy, improved mental clarity, and more resilient stress responses, all of which are indirectly linked to reduced inflammatory activity. This demonstrates that the benefits of B6 are holistic, supporting not just isolated markers of inflammation but overall physiological balance and vitality. Yet, as with any nutrient, awareness of potential risks is crucial. High-dose B6 supplementation, particularly in doses far exceeding recommended levels for months or years, can produce peripheral neuropathy and other neurological issues, which emphasizes that more is not always better. Food-based intake, combined with moderate supplementation only when necessary, allows individuals to harness the anti-inflammatory and immune-supportive benefits of B6 safely. This approach maximizes efficacy while minimizing potential harm, highlighting the wisdom of integrating nutrients into a balanced, whole food dietary pattern. Ultimately, vitamin B6 emerges as a vital ally in reducing chronic inflammation and supporting long-term immune and metabolic health. By facilitating the breakdown of homocysteine, supporting neurotransmitter synthesis, and promoting immune cell communication, B6 helps create a physiological environment less prone to low-grade inflammation, oxidative stress, and tissue damage. When consumed at safe and adequate levels, primarily through nutrient-rich foods and judicious supplementation when needed, B6 provides a natural, effective, and sustainable means of protecting the body from the cumulative effects of chronic inflammation. Its role in supporting immune balance, mental resilience, and systemic health underscores how a single essential nutrient can have wide-reaching benefits for long-term vitality, demonstrating the power of thoughtful nutrition in maintaining health across the lifespan.